Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I just want to say thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. I've been wanting to hit that number for a really long time, but welcome back. Thank you guys for the overwhelming amount of support that you guys given me in the last video. So today I kind of just want to talk about things that I've learned in therapy and honestly just things I've learned in general from posting videos on controversial topics and what I've learned about myself. So what we talked about in therapy was like number one, that I tend to be a perfectionist when I set my goals. And so, for example, like with YouTube or with like lifting, I always want to hit a certain number, like a certain amount of subscribers, certain amount of weight that I lift. And sometimes that does take away from the accomplishments that I've already done. And so in therapy, we kind of just worked on like, it's okay to focus on your goals, but if you don't reach them, it's okay. And you don't want those goals that you have right now to diminish your accomplishments in the past and being proud of them. Because I also think that with a numbers game, like with YouTube, there's always going to be somebody with more subscribers than you. There's always going to be somebody who's stronger than you numbers wise. So it's like really like, where is the end kind of thing. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I learned is to not seek validation from others. And obviously, like most of us has probably heard this, but I tend to be a person that needs validation from other people. And I find that comes from my childhood and my mom specifically saying that I was like very, I guess like, actually it kind of stemmed mostly from just me not having a lot of self-esteem, from my parents making most of my decisions growing up. And up until I reached college, that was when I like started to be more independent and being more self-reliant on my decisions. And I think a lot of it is to do with self-esteem. Like if you know who you are and you kind of like don't give a fuck about what other people say and you're comfortable with being by yourself and comfortable being alone, then really it doesn't matter how you act. Because my therapist kind of gave this analogy of people pleasing and trying to self-validate for other people, or try to validate getting other people's validation is like putting on a different wig to validate others, and in the end it's not yours and it's not truly the person that they're seeing either. And obviously this is a very simple concept, but I think really just from all the negativity and the controversy from my videos, I've learned that like no matter what, you can be the ripest peach in the world, but there's gonna be somebody that hates peaches. So yeah, I just kind of learned to not give a fuck. And honestly, like the people that hated on my videos, like they never responded. So they probably were not people that, you know, I really care about, honestly. So yeah, just really learning to not give a fuck, because people are going to hate you no matter how good of a person or greater person you are. The last thing I learned is, growing up, I was saying that I had, I guess my mom and people growing up telling me that I'm not strong, I'm very naive, I'm not able to make my own decisions. And sometimes my therapist asked me this first question in my first session saying like, who are you? And when I said it, I kind of said like I'm a very strong, independent woman who loves powerlifting, who's inspiring, who is sociable, and who's a dog mom, and who's very vocal and very bold. And he kind of asked me like, my therapist asked me like, how did you feel when you said that? And I was like, well, I felt like it was very empowering, but it was a little bit awkward to say because it felt weird to like kind of validate myself in that way. But in the end, when I said those words, I was like, yeah, like I'm really proud, like this is who I am, and I believed it. And he's like, see, this is kind of like the mentality you need when people like when you hear the voices of you're not strong enough and you're not, you know, talented or intelligent enough. You have to use your own, what he says is like positive lawyers. Like when people give you shit or like say you're not shit or like strong or intelligent, you have to have your like positive lawyers like fighting against each of those, I guess, thoughts. And he also gave me this really cool tip that I really liked, saying that you in your mind should have a team. Like you should have team players. You can choose it from people in your past, like people in your present, your pets even, or characters or actors, or, you know, from a book or a movie, and choose those people and have them be on your team. And whenever you hear those negative voices, think about your team and think about them combating all those negative thoughts. So that was a lot. I just want to say thank you guys so much for, again, 1,000 subscribers, and I look forward to making more videos. Thank you guys.